Hi everyone, welcome back. I'm Di, and today I'm sharing with you my end of the month reading reflections for August 2022. So this is like my end of month wrap up thingy. Kind of. I give you a little bit of stats. They're very soft stats. And I will usually give you my reviews for my highest rated and my lowest rated books of the month. This month, though, is going to be a little bit different. So part of the reason it's going to be a little bit different is I went on vacation at the end of August. I went home to Hawaii for a little bit. I was born and raised there. If this is the first video you've watched of mine, and you probably don't know that, but yeah, I was born and raised there. I hadn't been home in about 5 years, so it was really, really nice to be home. If you're interested in seeing some of my vacation, you can either check out my Rotating Decks TBR game for the month of September, or you can check out my Desus19 Diaries, which will encompass a good portion of my vacation. And then you can check out the sights from my hotel and Hawaii, the things I like to do when I go home and things like that. But yeah, the other reason why this is going to be a little bit different will come a little bit later after I get into what I have read in the month. So we'll start off with some small stats. I read 8 books in the month of August, or 8 things, because I do read a combination of novels and manga. So I read 8 things. That is down from 17 things in the month of July. So I will tell you here, in case you hadn't watched any of my other videos, I did not read anything when I was in Hawaii. Nor did I read anything while I was on vacation at all, because I did take a few days before we left to Hawaii, and I had a couple of days after. Yeah, it was no reading at the end of the month time. So that will be the reason why the amount of things I read is down. I read 2,893 pages, which is also down from 3,745. I read 7 volumes of manga, which is down from 12 volumes of manga in July. And I read 1 novel, which is down from 5 novels in the month of July. So all of that being said, everything was down in the month of August. Of the things I had read, I had 2 5-star reads, 3 4-star reads, 2 3.5-star reads, and 1 3-star read. So not too bad considering, but a good portion of what I did read in the month of August, I actually didn't finish until September. So that also kind of encompasses why my stats are kind of so low for the month of August. That being said, I still think that reading on a whole was better for me in the month of August than it has been in a really long time. So that's a good thing. Like I said, I don't normally wrap up traditionally the things that I read in these videos. If you're interested in hearing my thoughts on the things that I did read in August, you can check out my Desus19 Diaries. The ones that do have wrap-ups in them have wrap-up in the title, so you know what videos of those have wrap-ups in case you're just interested in hearing my thoughts on the things that I read. Also, if you check in the description box of the videos that have wrap-up in the title, you will see what I am actually wrapping up in those videos. So in case you're only interested in a specific book or manga, you can check out the description box and see which one has the one that you're interested in. I will go through everything that I read just so that you know what I read in this video. It's not something that I've done in previous videos like this, but I thought it might be nice to just tell you in case you might be interested in going back through and listening to my thoughts. So I read The Lock by Steve Alton. This was the only novel I read in the month of August. I read volumes 10 and 11 of the 3-in-1 editions of Bleach by Tite Kubo. These have 3 volumes of manga each in each volume. I read volume 1 of Kami-sama Kiss by Julieta Suzuki, published by Viz, rated teen. Forgot to let you know that Bleach is also published by Viz, rated teen. I read this one for the Monochrome Manga Club. Also for the Monochrome Manga Club, Beauty and the Beast of Paradise Lost, Volume 1 by Kaori Yuki. This one's published by Kodansha, rated older teen. I read volumes 3 and 4 of Demon Slayer Kimetsu no Yaiba by Koyoharu Gotoge, published by Viz, rated teen. We are doing this as a series read for the Monochrome Manga Club. And our other series read for the Monochrome Manga Club was Volume 5 of the Eternal Edition of Pretty Guardian Sailor Moon by Naoko Takeuchi. This one's published by Kodansha, rated teen. So, if you're interested in the manga that I read for the Monochrome Manga Club, there is a separate video for those. I always do series first impressions videos on the 2 first in a series reads, so I'll link that down in the description box below. And anything past volume 1 is going to be in one of my DCIS 19 diaries that show wrap up in the title. So, yeah, that is everything that I read in the month of August. Now, as far as my highest rated and lowest rated reviews, this is where things are going to be a little different, because my highest rated and lowest rated reviews are going to be on the same things that my highest rated and lowest rated things were for July. So you've kind of already heard me talk about these. So for the 3-star read, it was volume 5 of Pretty Guardian Sailor Moon. This is the ever popular Magical Girl series. I'm just not really enjoying this. I mean, it's okay. I would never ever reread this. I have mentioned before that I only watched the first season and didn't enjoy it enough to continue. And I ended up having to read this because this was unanimously voted by my manga club members for our manga club as a series read. Funny enough, the person that suggested this has not been to any of the meetings since. So I'm just not enjoying it. I mean, it's okay, but there are lots of questionable things that happen. Usagi is irritating, to say the least. And it just kind of seems like the same thing keeps happening over and over and over again. So, yeah. I don't know. I would say that maybe it's because I'm just too old for this series now, but considering I didn't enjoy it when I was of the age where this story was being targeted to, that's probably not it. So, yeah. This was my 3-star read. Just not really enjoying this one. It's okay. It's okay. So, yeah. Struggling through that one, knowing that I do have to complete the series because it's what my manga club members wanted. But it's been really interesting to hear what they have to say about it, because I do have high school students in my group, and it's interesting to hear what they're saying, seeing the story through their eyes, because they are at the age range where the story is targeted to. So I do appreciate hearing their points of view on what's going on and discussing what's going on with them. But for me, not really an enjoyable series. It's not bad. It's okay. So, yeah. And then for my 5-star reads, Bleach. Again, I am really, really enjoying this series. I don't know what else to say. There's just so much interesting stuff happening here. And even though I've watched this series once, I'm still very interested in reading it. And I don't find myself skimming, which is something that happens a lot when I already know what's coming. I'm not doing that with the series. I am reading every single page. I am reading every single text bubble. I am looking and scrutinizing every drawing so that I make sure that I get every single thing out of the story that I can. And if that doesn't say 5-star read to you, I don't know what does, because I don't normally do that, especially with manga, and especially with manga which I've already watched the animated adaptation for. So 5 stars. I mean, I can't recommend this series enough. It is just that good. And I'm looking forward to the 1,000 Year Blood arc that's being animated and will come out in October. I'm obviously not even close to finishing the series, but you bet that I'm going to be watching that when it's airing. So yes, really, really enjoying this. We're 33 volumes into, I believe it's a 72 volume series. So we're almost halfway. Not quite, but still really loving this. So yeah. That is my end of the month reading reflection for you. I did read one book. It was really, really good. But it's the first in the series. And I'm not even sure that the series, I'm going to be able to read the last one. I did read a couple things on the author's website with publication being pushed back and how he's planning on publishing this. Seems like this is not going to be available physically unless you pre-ordered it. And the pre-order was 3 years ago. So yeah, pre-orders have been closed for a while. So I think he said digital copies are going to be available. But yeah, I'm interested to see where this one goes as well. I did really enjoy the one novel I read, or I should say the one novel that I completed, because I did read a second novel in August, but I didn't finish it until September. So you'll hear about that in the next end of month reading wrap up. But that's pretty much everything I have for you today. If you're interested in any other stat regarding my reading in the month-to-month videos, let me know, because I'd be happy to include that information for you in future videos. Let me know how your reading went in the month of August. If you had a really great reading month, if you had a not so great reading month, and what your highest and lowest rated reads of the month were. I would really love to know. If nothing else, you would just like to let me know that you were here. If you could leave me a palm tree emoji for my vacation in Hawaii, that would be greatly appreciated and would really help me out, and that will do it for me today. So I hope you're all doing great. I hope you're all safe and healthy. And until next time, take care and smile always. Bye!